It's a lovely sunny day in London, and today I'm going to Stitch Fest at the Business Design Centre in Islington. I will show you a few of my favourite things and some of the bits and pieces that I bought while I was there. I have been before and really enjoyed it, and I have a day off, so I thought why not go again and see what it's all about and look at some nice fabrics, notions, patterns, and see what I get inspired by and pick up. I'm back from a really fun day at Stitch Fest. For anyone that doesn't know what Stitch Fest is, it's a 4-day exhibition of kind of sewing, crafting, stitching, textile-based crafts, and then the ticket, I think I paid about £25 for a daytime ticket. Not many of my friends are interested in sewing, so I went by myself, which I actually didn't mind at all because it meant that I could go and see everything that I wanted to, didn't have to wait around for other people, and it was a little bit easier to navigate as a solo person just because it gets so busy. I could walk where I wanted to, I could nip into different stalls and stands and exhibitions. All in all, it was a really fun show. I went with only 2 tote bags. I told myself once the 2 tote bags are full, that's it. And it also meant that I stayed within the budget that I had set myself. And there's so many beautiful fabric stalls there, lots of embroidery, lots of needlework, cross stitch, a bit of quilting, but really nice kind of spread of textile art, some crochet as well. I personally went for more fabric and sewing supplies just because that's what I'm doing a lot more of at the moment. Just as you come in, there was a fantastic stand by Toff Crochet. It was really whimsical, fairy tale like. They had these beautiful paper flowers, little pond with crocheted animals, creatures. They had Jack going up the beanstalk and these clouds. The whole collection is about fairy tale characters and pieces, and it was so lovely to see that just as you enter. Another really cute thing that I spotted was thread pegs. Their stand, they had these 2 miniature sewing room models that were kind of to scale and had the sewing thread or overlocker thread holders. They had little Telco magazines, ironing boards, and they were just so cute. Some of the pieces that were on display as part of the exhibitions that they have at Stitch Festival were made by GCSE and A-level students. I mean, I did GCSE textiles, but there is no way I could have made something as beautiful as some of the designs that they had. There was lots of dresses, some with these lovely kind of freehand embroidery patchwork, some with amazing metal details that created these really sculptural sleeves, and then this lovely white one that was quite angelic and had again these metal wires coming out of it that was so lovely. I also really enjoyed the competition part that had a category that was about the best use of Liberty fabrics, and there was 2 dresses that were fantastic. One of them was really like 50s diner style dress, and the other one used this beautiful taffeta, I think it was the fabric, but it was just a really nice use of the print. I also came across a pattern brand that I had never heard of before, so that was really exciting. They were called NH Patterns, and their Lucia dress pattern really caught my eye. They actually had it made up there in denim. In the repurposed material category for the competition, there was such an iconic dress that was made out of a UK NHS paramedics outfit, and I just thought it was really fun to see that almost instantly recognisable uniform in a completely different format, so hats off to the designer and creator of that one. There were these lovely birds dangling, and they were kind of capturing the sunlight, and they looked absolutely stunning hanging down. I also saw these really amazing I think it's cross stitch or embroidery, but they were cushions mainly, or kind of, you could put them picture frames, I guess. It was Hannah Bass needlepoint. There were some amazing, like, beautiful, brightly coloured things, and I have picked up one of her leaflets because I definitely want to keep that in mind for a birthday present in the future. One of the things that I really like about Stitch Fest is the variety of fabric stands and stalls there. So some of them don't sell online kind of regularly, so it's quite a nice opportunity to buy from places that I wouldn't get a chance to otherwise. So I'd arrived around 10:30 and headed out at 2:30. For me, that was the perfect amount of time to spend there, to see everything that I wanted to browse all the different stands, and buy a few different bits. I did then take myself off down to Ray Stitch, which is just down the road. It's a lovely fabric store that's quite nearby to the Business Design Centre, so I had to pop in there. I will run through a few of the things that I got. When I was there, I mainly actually went for their kind of knits, because that's something that I want to work on getting better at, and I got this lovely olive green pointel fabric, which I think I'm going to use for a honey girl set, or maybe just a honey girl tee, depending on how much. I think I got 1.5 meters of that, so I need to look at the fabric requirements in depth and figure out exactly what I want to do with that. But it's got that really nice pointel triangle pattern to it. I also picked up an invisible red zip while I was there, and that is for the Bella dress pattern, which I'm going to make to be a wedding guest, and that's going to be made out of the spotty kind of burgundy purple viscose fabric that I got from Rainbow Fabrics. I did go with the intention of getting a few fabrics for specific projects that I had in mind, rather than just doing like a random shop. One of the things I did really want to do was get some knit fabrics, and this is one of them that I got from Montreux Fabric. So I've actually never shopped with them before, but I absolutely love this. I wear a lot of stripes. I wear a lot of striped tops, even trousers, jumpers, you name it, I have it in stripes. And I think I really like this fabric because it is stripes but slightly different, and then it's got a really nice texture to some of the different sort of triangles as well. So I think I'm going to make a closet core t-shirt, use one of their free patterns and use this for that one. It's got a really nice weight to it, like it's got a little bit of stretch as well, so I think it's not going to be too challenging to sew with as a knit, which is something I have encountered before when I try and sew with stretchier fabrics. So I'm looking forward to making that one. I think it will get a lot of wear, because I love that pattern and texture so much. Another stand of a shop that I have bought online before is Rainbow Fabrics. They're based in Kilburn in London, but I've never been to visit them in person. I've only ever bought online, so it's quite nice to see their stand, and it was absolutely packed. You really had to kind of wait your turn to be able to like even get to the front to see some of the different materials that they had. I saw such a nice satin. It was kind of like hot pink with these beautiful tomatoes on, and I really almost got it to make this Bella dress, which I'm going to make for a friend's wedding, but it was just a little bit too heavy. It was quite a heavy satin, so I thought probably a bit too warm for a summer wedding. That was the only thing that put me off, was how heavy it was. But what I did get instead was this really lovely burgundy, almost purple viscose fabric with lovely cream spots. So I've got about 3.5 meters of that to make the dress out of. They were so nice at that stall, really friendly, and I could have bought so many more fabrics there, but I tried to stick to just one, and for a project that I knew I was going to make, which is this wedding guest dress. I really liked quite a lot of the fabrics that were at Higgs and Higgs, and I also really like, I think they have a stand on the lower area, a stand on the upper area, and then a stand on like the sort of outside top tier, where a lot of the indie businesses are, and they have these rummage bins. They have so many with different remnants all packaged up, which I found really fun to just rummage through and find different things. So I got a couple of remnants there. They're really good value. I've got a denim one and then a sort of cotton stripy one, and I'm going to make a bag out of these two, so that was really handy to pick up a couple of remnants for that. Fun to rummage through and kind of feel like you've earned the things that you found at the bottom of those bins. The last fabric I got there is this buttery yellow and black gingham. This is, I think it's like a poly cotton. I don't think it's 100% cotton, but it is mostly cotton. I got this from Jason Shop Fittings, who I actually bought some fabric from them in a gingham last year and really like it, but I saw this and I want to turn this into a Henrietta skirt by Spaghetti Western Sewing. I think that will be really nice for spring, summer, and to be honest, I think the darkness of the gingham, or the black element, would take it into autumn, winter as well. That shop had so many nice fabrics. I think for me that is my favourite stand that I went to. I need to look into if they're available online, because I only ever come across them at Stitch Fest, but they have Such nice colourways of ginghams, loads of seersuckers, linens, all sorts, and I just thought it was a really nice curated selection of fabrics, and I would love to buy more from them, so I'll have to do my research. And the final couple of bits I got were some rotary cutter blades. I've never changed my rotary cutter blades, so that really needs doing. Some more clips, especially for sewing knits. I find these are much better, and I have realised that I only have about 15, so I needed some more. Then I got some lovely labels from Little Rosy Cheeks. I love that label shop. So I got these really cute handmade and me-made labels, along with some that are like little kind of me-made tabs which you can add on at the corner of pockets and things like that. She got me a little 2026 freebie one as well. I also came across this fabric shop, Bornella Fabrics. They also had some really cute labels, so I picked up some of those. They're sustainable, and I also really liked a lot of their fabric selection, so I will definitely add them to my kind of online fabric merchants that I tend to look at. That's all from me about Stitch Fest 2026. Thanks for watching. Bye!